Hello and welcome. I've been learning Blender for 4 months and I've been doing one project a day, like trying to render at least one thing a day, no matter the quality or no matter the complexity, just to make sure that I get some practice in. This is one of those projects. I have not put any lighting or materials on it, and I figured I would do it on an actual video because I've noticed that like with the 5.2 update, there are some materials that have been added and also some compositing things that I find pretty cool because there's a lot of scenarios where I'll spend a certain amount of time on the modeling and then I just don't have time anymore for the day. And I don't want to do that project the next day because, one project a day, obviously. So this just kind of helps, like this update, having some materials ready and some compositing setups that really make it easy to just kind of turn a clay render into something cooler because it is nice to just, play around a little bit with visuals. So I'll just quickly walk through it. I'll have the blend file in the description so you can download it and follow along if you want. But yeah, so first thing I'm going to do is set this to 200 on the output because I want it to be in 4K. You don't have to do this. I just like to do it because I just only do still renders anyway. I'll set this to cycles on the GPU. If you don't have a GPU, don't do that, obviously. I'm sure you know that. I'm going to set the max samples on the viewport to 20 and enable denoise just to make sure that we can do rendered view without too many issues. And then the max samples here we'll probably set to something like 200 with denoise as well, and I'll use GPU for this. The film I'll check later when we're actually seeing it. So I've already set up the camera, so if you press number pad 0, you can go to the camera, and I'm going to go into material preview. So I've already put two materials on here just for it's just a black material. I'll show you. So this is just one material, just set to black with a roughness to 1. That's nothing special. It's just for the eyebrows, the mustache, and then the tire here. All right, so now we can go ahead and open another window. So we can go to the bottom left here. If you don't know how to do that, you just right here, like you make it so it goes to the cross and then you just drag it out. Up here, we're going to set this to asset browser, all libraries to essentials. That's where we find the new materials from 5.2, and then we'll just start adding some. So we'll do the glass material on the glass. We'll find something good for the actual robot itself. Metal rough seems nice, so let's put that on there. Let's put it on the other side as well. 0 to go back to the camera view. Let's put the rusted metal on there. It's maybe also on the arms, and then we can put, I think there was a car paint here somewhere. Where is it? Ah, there it is. It's all the way at the top. Okay, so I'm gonna put that on all the other like accent pieces basically. So let's put that on there. Oh, the other arm is not the same. Okay, so I'll have to do that still. Put that on there, and then with the fingers it might be a bit too precise, so I'm gonna just select those like such, all of those, and then I'll select one of these last, Control L, link materials, and we'll do the same over here. Take this last, Control L, link materials. We'll also give it to the face. This is two separate pieces, not the mustache. Set the mustache back to this material. Then this face can become the car paint. There we go. We can set this to the same material, actually. We can make this black as well. And then this we can turn into an emissive material just to give him some glowing eyes. So we'll just click here on principled, type emiss, and then that'll immediately go. And we can turn this to red, something like that. And we can definitely turn it up. I don't know how high we'll have to turn the strength up. We'll see that later. We'll just give the same one over here, and then we'll also give this the car paint material. There we go, and we still have to give the arm the metal rough. It didn't do it for some reason. There we go. It put it on there. Okay. Okay, so what are we missing? Just the plate, and then this part right here, which we can give the other metal as well, the metal rough instead of the metal rusted. These are one object. That's good. New material, let's set this to gray, make it a little bit metallic, not all the way metallic. Well, actually, let's make it all the way metallic, why not? Put the roughness to 0.3 or so, and that's that. So now that we have all the materials set up, we can close the asset browser, but we are going to need a second window again, so I'll bring it back real quick. We will turn this into the rendered view, so Z rendered, and this will keep in solid view because we're going to set up our lights now. So I'm going to bring both into actually just the rendered view into the actual camera position by pressing 0 while I'm in here. And then I'm going to Shift A and bring in an area light, and I'm going to set that to an ellipse. No particular reason, I just normally don't really use ellipse lights, so I'm going to do it this time. And we're going to go ahead and bring this a little bit further over here. We'll bring like a rim light, you know, and we'll make it so it's like behind the character. And then let's set a constraint actually. So we're going to come over here into this tab right here, the constraints, and you're going to track to, and we'll just set that to this object right here. And now wherever we move our light, it'll actually, you know, point at that. So that's going to give us a little bit of an easier time. Let's go ahead and set up that light to actually be a bit strong, way stronger actually. 5,000, still not enough, but let's move it a little bit closer. So let's set it to 5,000 and move it a bit closer so we can get that rim light. Just something like this for the underside. And then we'll do a similar light, so Shift D, and we'll do Z to bring it up to get like kind of like that backlight here. And I think that's kind of nice. That illuminates it. I mean, it does light up the plate a little bit too much, but we're not going to worry too much about it. Like we're not going to, you know, be here for 7 years. And then maybe we'll just need a light to, you know, actually shine on the front here. So let's first and foremost turn the transform like pivot point to the 3D cursor. It's already set on that. If you want to do that manually, you can do it here. It's normally on median point. We're going to Shift D again, and then we're going to press R to rotate and Z to restrict it. And then we can just turn it around here. And we can put it right about here. That's nice, but we do want to put this a bit further away. So I'm going to go in top view, and I'm just going to bring it further away. And this light can certainly be a little bit weaker. So we're going to set this to 3,000, 2,000, maybe even 1,000. Let's do 2,000. Right, the lights aren't perfect, but they're not meant to be perfect. It's supposed to be quick and easy. That's the whole point of this video. The only thing I will still change is I'll quickly go into this material. If you have to unpack this. So if you can't change anything, just press the little book button or whatever it is. It looks like pieces of paper. I'll set this rust down a little bit. As you can see, like it has this like collar where you can see the rust, and if the rust is up too much, you can't really see it. So I'm going to take this down, and we're also going to go into the car paint material, and let's make this gray. That's actually very nice, and that looks a lot better immediately. So now with all of that done, let's quickly go ahead and change this main one to the compositor, and let's press N to get rid of this here. Let's press New for the compositor, and now let's do something. So first what we want to do, I'm going to press Control tilde here to get rid of that, like this little side thing if you don't know, just to have a little bit of a better view. And in options, it's not these options, you'll have to scroll to the side right here. We're going to set the compositor to always on, and now every change that we make we can actually see over here. There are a couple of presets here that are now new in 8.2, and that's what we'll be using. If you have this the cloud with the download button, so you just click on it and then you download the asset, it's because you don't have it yet. So we'll start with a vignette, which is just to add a little bit of dramatic lighting, I suppose. We can set the factor to 3, and that should be good. Next up, we'll add some chromatic aberration. So this the first option right here. Let's drag that in here, and let's put that in between. Make sure you don't put it in here because otherwise it's going to go just for the viewer. And we are going to set this a little bit higher as well, so you can see it take effect already, right? If we press M to mute it, you can see that it, adds a little nice effect over there. We are going to overdo it a little bit here because why not? We're testing it, so we might as well just crank it to the tits over here. So I'll set this to like 0.4. I think this looks nice, maybe even 0.45. Yeah, that's nice. And then lastly, we'll go ahead and add our bloom. That's a Shift A, and I'll just type in bloom. And we put that in between. That's to make sure that the eyes actually light up, and it's also going to make this. So we'll have to change the lighting a little bit because this is way too reflective right now. We'll leave all of this set to the way it is. We don't have to change anything. So that's everything we need to do in the compositor. So let's just change this back to the 3D viewport. First and foremost, let's actually rotate this light a little bit. Oh, RZ, rotate this light a little bit, just to take some of the glare away from the plate. It's fine that there's some glare. I think it adds. I don't think it takes away from it, but we definitely don't want like the whole thing. So we want a little bit of, yeah, that's much better actually. So what we're going to do now is we're going to click on this eye, and we're going to set this up a little bit, so we can actually, have the glare from the eyes be a bit more visible. So let's set this to maybe like 30. That's maybe even a little bit too much. Actually, it might not be if we change the color to a bit more of a white. It's definitely too much. Let's set this to 20 or something, or 25. And I think that's nice. All right, now lastly, what I'd like to do is to go to the render tab. Let's go all the way down until we find color management. Let's scroll down and set this to filmic. and set this to high contrast. You could go very high contrast. I don't know, I think I like high contrast more in this sense. Very high contrast I rarely use. I don't know if there's, something that you guys prefer for that. But for me, it's usually high contrast. And let's play with the exposure a little bit. Set that down a tiny bit. And I think that's a pretty cool image. So let's render this by pressing F12. And there he is. He's done rendering. So that's how I, with 5.2, with the things they added, how I like to quickly put some things together for my daily projects. I know this isn't like the most artistically mind-blowing thing, but it's better than rendering like a gray clay render for half the days, in my opinion. So I don't know. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. If you have any feedback for me, I'd certainly appreciate it. If I had to guess like the sound he would make, it'd probably be something like, all right. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Love you.